Hi folks, welcome back. Here we've got a late Bentley with Naim Audio upgrade. Now, lots of people that have got this Naim system complain about the vibrating subwoofer. I've heard it myself and it does vibrate terribly. It's a really bad design. Not sure what's going on in there. Been trying to poke around one of these for some time, but not had the opportunity to really get into it. So this car's just been dropped off. It's filthy dirty at the moment, so we're going to get it through the valeting bay so it's nice and clean to protect the paintwork when it comes in. Then we're going to take it apart. We're going to have a look, see what's going on with that sub, see whether we can improve it or fix the vibration, or see whether we need to look at a different solution. We're also going to upgrade the hi-fi. So let's get it cleaned and let's get moving. Right, so here we've got all the components of the Naim subwoofer laid out on the floor so I can show you how it works. So if you open the boot of your Bentley and see this little Naim panel here, you know it's got the upgraded hi-fi, if you can call it an upgraded hi-fi. If you look up underneath the parcel shelf, you'll see this cover plate, and that covers up the subwoofer. This is the subwoofer. So far, so good. So here we've got an ABS enclosure. It's got some bracing internally, so I guess it's fairly rigid. And it's got a pair of 8-inch subwoofers. They don't look great, but you can't always tell, but they don't look great. But here's where the problems start. Above this subwoofer is a flat panel, and that panel's got modules mounted on top of it. Now, when we took it apart, first of all, the panel was loose, but secondly, the module that sat in the center was also loose, so that's causing tons of vibration. However, even if we were to tighten all this up and soundproof it, it's not going to do the job. The problem we got is the panel that goes over here has only got sort of 3 very small vents here to allow the bass to come through, which then vents through the metal parcel shelf, and it has apertures there to allow the bass to come through. But that fires directly at the leather trimmed rear shelf. So all of the bass, once it's got through the ABS panel down here, it's just firing straight against the bottom of this shelf. Now, our initial idea before we stripped it all down was to build, some sort of grille, flush that into the leather, maybe something here. But the problem, when we've looked at it, is that the subs will still be firing at the panel above this, so they won't be directly underneath the grills. So the strange thing is about this design, the subwoofer sits underneath there, and there's absolutely no way whatsoever for the bass to vent inside the vehicle. That's just bonkers. Maybe it's this little bit here. If it is, it's not going to have much effect. You've only got about 20 mil of ventilation space under there, and that's not directly linked to where the subwoofer sits. It's closed off. So I don't really know how they ever thought this was going to work. I mean, Naim, what were you thinking when you designed this? Was it Bentley? Was it Naim? Who came up with this crazy idea that you can put a leather parcel shelf over the top of a subwoofer with no way of venting it into the vehicle, and it's not going to rattle? Bonkers. So anyway, we've had to come up with a completely different solution. We'll get back to that in a moment. Okay, so we are now finished with the Bentley. It's just been picked up at 8 o'clock in the morning. We had the car cleaned before we started the installation, but what we've done is had a full detail done on it now. It's all done in-house, and as you can see, she's absolutely gleaming. A total transformation of where she was when she came in. We completed the hi-fi, and it is absolutely stunning. As you would expect, we've kept the original Naim grills down the bottom there, and we've decided up front to go for Hertz Mille Legend 2A components. So you've got the mid-range there, and then we've gone for these super funky A-pillar builds here to get the tweeters as best on axis as we can. That works incredibly well, and they look beautiful, as you can see. Now, what did we do with the bass? So we had thought we may work with the existing subwoofer, but actually in the end we could see that was just hopeless because of the way it vented through the shelf. So we decided to go for a custom enclosure with a JL Audio 10-inch subwoofer, and what we've done is vented it through that, I call it a center armrest, it's not a center armrest, but we've vented it through where the armrest would be. So we've created a new panel, we've created a flush grill inside there, and that houses a TW3 10-inch subwoofer. The bass is absolutely awesome. The front soundstage is awesome. We've taken the Bentley head unit and we've managed to get a fixed line output from there. So we have kept the factory amplifier in place, but we've nicked the signal as it comes out of the head unit. That's a clever thing to do because it's still clean at that point. Then we've taken it into a JL Audio VXI600.6 amplifier. That's a 6-channel amplifier, 6 times 100 watts. with a built-in DSP. It's a really, really clever DSP, and JL Audio have just released something called Tune 4 software. So it means that we use a calibrated microphone inside the car. We hook that up to the laptop, we hook it up to the amplifier, we play pink noise through the system. And in this system, we've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate EQs. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're actually running 7 individual mono EQs. So each speaker's got its own EQ. We then use the Tune software to individually tune or calibrate each speaker. So we've got the exact frequency response from it sitting at the listening position, which is where I am. And what we're doing is basically aligning the sound with target curves which we've preloaded into the software. It means that you've just got an incredibly powerful equalizer to tune a system that you just couldn't do by ear. Most stuff we can tune by ear, we really enjoy doing it, but as soon as you've got a car that's got a little bit of anomaly or a little bit of a problem or a little bit of reflection or a little bit of cancellation, that's when a computer just does so much work so quickly. So we still spent a day tuning this, but the end result is we've got an incredibly flat frequency response just using a 2A set of active components. You know, no mid, no big A pillar builds or anything like that. Because we've got a fixed line output, we have to be able to control the volume somehow. So to do that, we install this rather funky volume control here. So that's the JL Audio VXI controller, and this is your master volume control, and this is your subwoofer level control. So you're not using the controls on the steering wheel anymore. You still control track search and everything like that from the steering wheel and from the head unit, but the volume control is done there. And actually, I think you'd have to agree, it fits in the car pretty nicely. It's dead easy to get to. It's nice and convenient. But the most important thing is it gives us amazing sound quality. So there you go. If you've got a Bentley and you're fed up with your Naim Audio, or you've got the bass audio and you want something super, super cool, then we can do it. It's a dual amp system, so it's using just go over that kit list again. It's the Mille Legend 6.5-inch front components, the A-pillar builds, the JL Audio 10-inch subwoofer, you've got the JL Audio VXI600 6 amplifier, and then you've got a JL Audio 601 monoblock just driving the subwoofer. So there, a super cool sound system in a super cool car. It's going to leave here looking like new. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks very much for watching.